don't I? How's that? Yeah. How are we all doing? Good morning, good afternoon, and more importantly, good evening. This is quite a new thing for me, doing an evening stream. How are we all? Good to see so many people here. John, what are you doing up at this time of the morning, night, evening, afternoon? Must be stupid o'clock for you, isn't it? How you doing? Nice to see you. Nice to see so many people in here. Now, when I thought about doing this, I thought this is either going to be a flop and I'll be sitting here talking to myself, or we're going to have a good crowd from mainly Australia and New Zealand in here, and that was the main reason for doing it. So welcome along everyone, nice to see you all here. Captain Kiwi, welcome along. Yeah, I've been watching what's happening in Wellington today, it has been nuts. Anzac, how you doing? Nice to see you. Nice to see, welcome along. Hello, hello William, nice to have you here. Dominic, hello. Ed, Eric, Ed, Swiss, Mizzy, all over from the UK, I was going to say UK, all over from Europe. Nice to see you guys as well. Of course, morning time for you, what is it? It'll be 8 AM in London time. So anywhere around there. So welcome along. Chinook, good to see you as well. Incendiary, hello, welcome along. Strody, how you doing, buddy? It's a good morning to you. Good evening from me. How you doing? Bundy Bear Gaming, good evening to you as well. Who else have I missed? Hope I've got everyone. Cherie was welcome. You were here first. Jared, g'day to you as well. How are we all? Nice to have you all here. I've got low latency on, so I should be able to see things a lot quicker. 12 AM. Oh, so not too bad. Not too bad. So yeah, I've see you guys chatting about the floods in Queensland and heading down into New South Wales. It does not look very good at all. What's your shirt I'm wearing? It is an All Blacks top. All Blacks training jersey from a few years ago now. There you go. Silver fin on it. Where's the camera? Yeah. You heard there was free Fosters. Do you know what? Cheers. Not Foster's though, John, that's an Aussie beer. While we might be in Australia, we might be in Southern Cross Station, we're not drinking an Aussie beer. I'm doing well, Dominic, doing very well. Jason Rowe, good evening to you. John Lass, hello. 9 AM in Sweden, watching at work. Don't tell the boss then. Eric. Little Robert, evening from over the ditch, good evening to you as well. Cat 75, just west of Toowoomba here. Food and fuel starting to get scarce. Hard to get things in and out, I suppose. Of course, with the level of water, we had to show the kids, we were watching it on the news and said, you know, if anyone hasn't seen in the UK, if you guys haven't seen, you can, where's a house? Over here, I'm just going to sprint over here. There's people, their houses are almost to the ridgeline. There's people being rescued by helicopters off roofs and things like that. Just the volume of water is nuts. For all we know, they're two-story houses. It's, yeah, it's crazy. Crazy. 1 in 1,000 year flood, they're saying. Alright, yeah, there you go. Thanks, Chinook. Make sure if you're enjoying the stream, make sure if you want me to do these again, make sure you smash that like button, because if it is popular and successful, I'll certainly be making this a regular thing. I love my live streams, and to be able to do one in my evening, rather than getting up at stupid o'clock in the morning on a weekend, will be a nice thing to do too. Grant Mr. Stay Drunk, good evening to you, welcome along, nice to see you. Cheers to you too, John. TJ thought it was the Chiefs ones, no, I'm a Hurricanes man here. Raymond, hello, how you doing? Nice to see you as well. No Aussies drink. Do you know what was the question on the chase actually the other night is, what is it? Australian for beer. What was the slogan that said Australian for beer? Remember, I'm in Australia now, I drive on the left hand side of the road. Too many US maps I've played on, I always drive on the right. So, what are we going to do today? Now, I haven't set anything up. This is literally, we've got just under $2.5 million. I've got a Hilux, and we've got no land. So I'm looking to you guys for suggestions on how we should set the farm up, what equipment we have. I've got some things in mind. Before we get into it, I'm wanting to stay clear of John Deere. I've used John Deere lots, so we've got quite a bit of class mods installed on some of the new class combines that have been out. What else have we got? A few different things. I think there's a nice New Holland combine. Got the New Holland and Versatile tractor pack as well, so I might be getting one of those as well. But I haven't even bought any land yet, so open to suggestions. I was thinking this farm though, rather than going to the big one over the other side, thinking starting off on this farm and throwing up some silos and that here in this clearing in front of us. I thought that might be good, and maybe doing some of the fields around here. The bonus being we can do some grass work on this side, and we've actually got some crops ready to go, so we could even set things up and start a bit of harvesting. So see how we go from there. You had this maps out. So Dominic, this is actually a latest version. So Hocks sent me a message earlier today and said, here you go, take this one. Now, so what does he change? Nothing much. There was an overlap here. The number 28 was under 27, so you couldn't see it. So he's fixed that. He's also changed all the land values. So I can't remember what they were. I think it was about 60 grand or something for there. So you're up around 121,000 now. Some of these bigger parcels of land going near $700,000, 160, 140. So more appropriate values probably. Still some cheaper ones, 73 grand, 62 grand. So still some options there for those. But also when you start a new farmer, which I haven't done, I'm in farm manager mode. When you start a new farmer, you actually end up with field 1, the farm, field 20, and this grass field here too. So he's increased the amount of stuff you start off with. So that's where he is, what he's done. And so this is that version. He sent it through literally only a couple of hours ago. Eric, he lived on a goat farm in Matamata for a year. Do you think we will get goats in 22? I reckon there's a good chance. I know some modders did goats previously, so whether they do them in quite the way that we want to, I'm not sure. So I think this is where we're going to start off. I reckon we start off in this farm. I've got some options for putting some silos down. But what do you want to see in terms of combines? Is Class a big combine? I know we've got lots of Class combines. Would probably be the prominent ones we see around in New Zealand. Well, at least in where I am. I've seen quite a few actually going back and forth down the road the last couple of weeks. I was thinking about that. So open to suggestions, and we're just going to pop down. Actually, we'll do it now. We'll pop down our store deliveries. Start building a farm. So let's start off here. Let's start off and buy this bit of land. 82,000. I want to do some grass work as well. I haven't done too much grass work in 22 yet. So I thought if we buy that grass, buy field 14 because it's got a crop in it. And I want to get one more field. Now actually we could, just thinking about it, we've got the field leasing mod, so we could even look at leasing some farmland. So it's whether we think that's enough fields to start off with or not. Not quite sure. Tara, you're from the west coast of the US, it's only midnight here. Oh, that's good. So it's not a bad time actually to pick up you later folk on the west coast, getting into Europe in the morning and spending some time with my Oceania friends. It's good. Jared, you're saying hi from Leeton in New South Wales. Where's Leeton? Leeton? Whereabouts in New South Wales is that, Jared? Lismore had 14.7 metres. Yeah, it was something stupid, wasn't it? Okay, I noticed that as well. Aussie. Where do we get to? I had 3 100-year floods when I lived in this space for 10 years. In Brisbane, Anzac. Yeah. We've had a few, like you look at what's happened in the west coast over summer for us. Stupid. Don't worry about tractors, William. That Hilux will pull everything, you reckon? You need a deer on the Aussie land. Well, what we've actually got, so I noticed today, so I think I've installed it. I've actually got the smaller seed hawk, but I reckon that 20 meters, that might be a bit big. But LR Modding released this on Facebook tonight, literally only again a couple of hours ago. I thought this might have been a good option for a planter, or a drill at least, obviously not a planter. I thought there you go, 270 horsepower, it's 12.8 meters. Does only take seed though, I don't think it fertilizes. Fertilize? Yeah, just seed. We don't get fertilizer with it, but I did think we could have got that. Go big or go home in Aussie. So you reckon we need a big field, Raymond? Maybe we'll pick up. Let's have a look. I'm going to jump all over the place because literally this is just playing and chatting to you guys and seeing how things go. I mean, that's going to blow. What have we got? 2.2 million. So that'd leave us about 1.6 if we bought the 2 big fields. We do need a little bit more. Maybe we could get. Oh, what about those? They're close. 326,000, 50 acres. We could do something like those two paired together. Case and JD harvest is followed by New Holland. The rest is so small. Is that right? There would be, I'd say hardly any case and New John Deere harvesters in New Zealand. Class would honestly, I reckon, be the biggest. Closing in on 10Ks, keep chugging along. Yes, John, it's getting closer. Looking forward to that milestone. have to come up with something to do. I haven't suggested anything actually. Case is big. Well, so the other option is, what have we got in here? So we do have, we got Stevie's class that we could have gone with yellow. Perhaps we could get the smaller of the 250 series by custom modding. Just go for the smaller one. I don't want to go huge. Like I haven't got the Midwest header, the 60 footer. Otherwise there was the 1090 there. Actually, see, that's for value for money. We're getting a lot more value out of that New Holland than we are out of the case. Oh, hang on, $5.99. Yeah, it's still a bit cheaper, isn't it? Saw the New Holland at a Naki dealership. Yeah, you've seen some. Oh, you've seen some John Deere in New Zealand, so. No? Cool, cool. Good way to early morning. Argsy in chat. G'day, Black Book. Welcome along. Another one of our European friends. No, you Canadian. Well, hang on. I'm going to confuse myself now. Where are you? I wanted to say you were in Europe. You're Canada, aren't you? Watching me with a coffee. Perfect combo. Well, it's late, and I get to enjoy it with a beer. So cheers to you guys. Nice to have you all here. And if anyone is interested, that's what I'm drinking tonight. It's Rail Slider. Hazy Pale Ale from Balin's Brewery, which is in... It's a New Zealand brewery. Described as a super fruity hazy pale ale with the perfect blend of American New Zealand hops that slides down a little too easy. Wellington, Petone. It's not far from here. The Massey Ferguson Ideal, yeah, the new one. Yeah, that's the one that came out with the update, download, the patch which broke everything. It was funny actually. I was looking at this last night because I love the 10T, and I was looking here going, it's got a steering wheel. Giants have stuffed up, but then realised they actually had an option there to give it the joystick controls, which I love too, and that's fantastic. Looks very space age. Ontario, Canada, yeah, 3 AM. Oh, well done. I'm impressed, mate. Are you up to go to work or something like that? Case Harvester. They need Barry Crump for the Hilux. FSG was telling me how they used to do a lot of the Hilux ads in his marketing agency. I was telling him all about Barry Crump. He hadn't even heard of them. Lambert, good morning from South Africa. Good morning to you too, sir. Welcome along. Bigger field, closer to farm. I don't like to travel. Class 7 combine and up, so okay with 7250. There we go, Jason. I reckon should we do that? Let's pick that up. I haven't used the custom modding ones yet, and I haven't used case. So let's grab this. I reckon we run with some nice jewels on it. What options do we have? Not too many. Michelin. I default to tracks too often. I'm trying to diversify. But how wide can we go with the Goodyears? I do like the big fats. Are they 1250s? Do they have the full LS? No, they do have the full LSW. I reckon that too big. Is that too big on a 7250? Probably is a little bit, isn't it? Let's go for the 1250. Nice and wide. That's the rear axle. Just stay standard on that. Of course, we do want some GPS. On a rear attacher so we can tow our head around. Don't need any dealer decals, do we? Right, what grain tank? So that one is 14,000, 18. Oh, we've only got 2 options on there, do we? Demco extender. All right, we'll go to 17,000. Oh, hang on. No, we've got more than that. The biggest one, 18, 14, 17. Yeah, that's the biggest one, 18,000 litres. We have some oversized signs. We're in Australia. 40 foot will go for, I like the folding pipes best. 40 foot our biggest option on this one, yep. 40 foot folding pipe. We'll put a number on it, you never know, we might get another one again later. Hey Hocks, how you doing buddy? Cooking kids dinner, so I'll jump back in later if you're still on. Just to update everyone, the map is still pending in Giants Mod Hub. Cheers buddy. Yeah, I was explaining to everyone before what you'd changed with the field structure. You've upped the prices and changed how the fields are configured when you start out. So yeah, no, it's good. Enjoying it. Any size tyres go. You're just getting done ploughing snow for the night, Black Book. Wow. I was watching a Millennial Farmers video actually earlier, and crazy to see how much snow they've had in Minnesota. I remember him complaining last year, I don't know if anyone watches his videos, complaining last year about how there was no snow for his snowmobiles. Now he's got too much. Right, what are our options? 45 is probably a little bit too big. Is there any modded headers that come with that? It's a 45-foot draper there. What do we think? 28 is too small. Go to a 41-foot, or do we just go the whole hog and get the integrated 45-foot one for that? It says the 9250 was unsuggested for as well. I think we'll go for the 41-foot. Won't get too greedy like that there. And go back in here and get the trailer for it. Don't get too carried away with changing things. Keep the number plate. There we go. Where are we looking? They should have root bars on the front. So funny. I've got a lot of mods to go through at the moment, don't they, William? Nuts. Any plans for it to go 4x or 16x? 16x would be awesome. Should have gone with the Terraflex draper, you reckon, Kiwi? We've made our bed now. Oh, yeah, the draper, 40. Yeah, we'll settle for 41 feet. I'm not a few feet here and there. What's that between friends? Argsy, is this Southern Cross Station from 17? It is indeed, Cecil. So same creator, Hocks 23, who is floating around. He's just getting his kids' dinner sorted out. He's fully updated it, brought it through to 22, which is very cool. So it's with Giants for testing, and it hopefully pass for all consoles, all consoles, all platforms. Right. It'll be good to use those. I don't think we are far. Those would be, if it was a 4x or a 16x, how good would those mother bins be? What do we reckon? Actually downloaded this Bergman, but I think maybe we'll go for the smaller Demco while we're taking the custom modding gear. We'll stay. I'm not going to change too much here, I don't think. We'll go back here, and it's the same size tires we've got on the. Oh, we'll go twins. Let's go twins actually. I like that. Yep, there we go. We'll go with that one. Put the scale on. I love the scale on the front there. Perfect. Rear hitch. Why not? I'm going to leave the tarp off. I'm having issues with that with keybinds. So I'm just going to leave that off. We'll leave that over. Sign on. I love the little details. And what do we reckon? Red. We're heading down a red farm. I didn't want to go red, or at least not all red. There we go, like that. 16x max take forever to sow, roll, and fertily loan harvest. Need course play. Yeah, you do, Kiwi. Vernon County, Michigan, 16. I've had a look around that, Anzac. No, yes, I have had a brief look around it. Not a proper look, but yeah, it does look good, doesn't it? That's massive, though. That is massive. Right, we need a tractor. So, where I was heading with the tractor, I do want to get one of these. And we don't want to go for triples. We'll go for the wider twins, I think. This could be our main workhorse. Some weight on the front. We want... Though we will put the 3-point on, I think. Gives us more options. We'll get it the ground test. What's that? That's 310. We can go up to 500 horsepower. Let's go the whole hog. Some GPS in that one as well. How much money have I just blown? One. Oh, we're getting down. If I'm going to buy that other field, I better go and get that as well. Captain Kiwi talking about the 16Xs. I don't know if you watched any of my Western Australia stuff, but yeah. Cool. That's actually, if you've got the, not so much the time, if you've got the, I just leave my computer running. Just left my computer running all the time. And doing things while I wasn't around. So it actually worked out quite well there. Right, what do you reckon? Those ones for 300, that'll leave us $800,000 left. What do we still need to buy? We need tillage equipment, we need a planter. Actually, we need all the grasswork stuff too. What do we think? What do we think? Tell you what, because I want to put some silos in too. We might have to take a loan out, but we've got canola here that's ready to harvest. Decent yield. We've got the 73% yield bonus on it. It's 100% fertilized, so it's not bad. Does need weeding and ploughing. So how about we just jump into doing some harvesting, eh? Aussie Kim with truck. Well. Something like that there, William? I love this K200. It was a staple on Western Australia for me too. Always been a fan of the tandem steer too. I'm not sure why. Something I've always liked. So many good options on this though. For the T908 over the K2. I don't think I've got that installed, have I? Not at the moment. No, I'd always thought about that. I was thinking about getting one of the Max, these flatbed ones, which come out on the mod hub as well. I think they're pretty cool. Thought if we're going to do some baling or anything like that. Wouldn't it be good though, as if they did this as a flatbed or a tipper? Harvest the canola and sell it for silo. Yeah. So we'll need a truck to haul it, so let's go and buy this. I'm going to go for the tandem option. Where are we? That's a Melbourne skin. Toll. Won't get anywhere there. Toll, will it? Doolan's in Melbourne and Perth. Lindsay Transport. I think some guy figured out where that was based. But we're not running in. We're just going to stay with the plain skin. You reckon? We'll go plain. What colour? What colour do we want to do? Someone said yellow. What does it look like in yellow? Yeah, I could handle it in yellow. Sunshine yellow. Like a metallic deer yellow, that one. I like yellow stinger the best. Kevin, how you doing? Nice to see you. Welcome along. Trying to catch up on chat. Hard to keep going looking at the screen all the time. We don't have spiders. We want the detail color. Can I get on a silver or a chrome? Where's the chrome? One of these must be chrome, surely. Magnetic metallic. I have to do that instead. The rims have got chrome in them. That's a bummer. Back up here though. Let's have a quick look. Cabin design. Coloured guards or chrome guards. Here we go. We'll change it that way. Go for chrome. Normal or rare flare. I think we'll just keep it normal, won't we? Spoiler. We'll go normal with that. Bull bar. Do we need some rhubars on this? Do, don't we? Got to go for the twin pipes. I like the curved. Something nice about that too. Chrome visor, why not? Coloured round. Chrome rounded bug. Go fuel tanks, round or square. We'll stay with round ones there. And 485, 525, 600, 900. We'll go middle of the road. We'll go for 600 horsepower. Otherwise we're going to be broke. Go for standard there. We don't need GPS. Right, how much money have I just spent there? $162,000. You guys are going to force me to have a loan soon. Your spine hurts when you look at that truck. What's wrong with the truck, John? It's Australian through and through. Australian as Foster's. Alright, and we need a trailer, and then we'll go and make a start on some harvesting. Now, we've got the lusty trailers. Now, let me just think. Gotta remember back to my map tour. We can dump on this one with the lusties, okay. But I don't think this one will work too well. Excuse me, and I don't think... Yeah, this one won't work too well either. Rise rough bow. So what's the story with our where's the best price actually at the moment for canola? Best price, Grain West Corp. When was that? Grain Corp, Southern Grain. Must be that one there. Grain West Corp. It's Australia. Gotta watch those gotta watch those drop bears, don't you, William? And you, I gotta show that for you, John. I don't know why that one was getting added. Lindsay started near Coffs Harbour. Was that the transport company, Cat? Sorry, I missed your message. Ah, that would have been appropriate. Lindsay's head office is now Brisbane. Ah, well, that's good to know. Could have used it then, couldn't I? Right, sorry. Not used the fast running. So back to the trailers. So we've got the lusties. That's a end dump too, isn't it? So these are these is the hopper bottom trailers used in Australia much? I mean, we don't use them in New Zealand at all. Nicholas McInnes, it's 2:30 in the morning here in USA. Welcome along. Thank you for joining us at 2:30 in the morning. Cheers to you. Nice to have you here, Nicholas. Got a trailer yet? No, that's just what we're figuring out here, Kat. I could always mug her in some money, Ed. I missed that comment. Wonder if there is collisions. You don't use hopper bottoms, Kat. Okay. Well, the other thing I can control the tipping is just stop it tipping and then you start it again. So I think... Oh, that's actually... That's over axle. End tipper. I reckon we'll go with one of these. Over axle tipper. You're right, shouldn't it? The old road train. We're not setting up as a road train. If we need to change it, we'll change it later. What did the graphics add? Nothing that I can see. Standard plate. Yep. We'll just go standard. Coloured guards. We'll go chrome guards so it matches the truck. Wheel setup. We'll stay standard. We want our main colour. Let's try and match the... Oh, that matches the truck there on the chassis. Keep that. What would you normally do? I'd normally see a black chassis. But I was going to change the tarp colour. Oh, that might be the closest we can get. Right, here we go, like that. That must have us pretty well set up, I think. Belt floors are getting more popular, but 99% are still tippers. Yeah, but pretty much everything here is a tipper too. Strange to be watching me at this time of night. Great. Tell you what, it's nice to be able to do it at this time of night. And we ran out of delivery space by the looks of things. So it looks like our trailer's gone west back to the farm. So, should we go for a drive down and pick it up? Actually, let's just check it is down here. There it is. See it down in the shop. Some of those gears. How much nicer is it that to have the manual gearboxes? Not that I use it, but it just seems to be so much better done than the 19 was. Just adds to it. Getting late for you, Cecil. Okay. Glad to see Southern Cross making a comeback. Yeah, it's great, isn't it? It is good. It's nice to have an Australian map coming into the game. I'm just hoping that we can get someone to get a New Zealand-based map done. Oops. Cut the corner. Also be good, I don't know if Hocks has got any plans to put traffic on the map, but that would be a good thing to add as well. Right, I think our yard is just down here. Yep, there's our trailer. Yeah, Chinook said it as well. Oh, we're not far off with the yellow, it's not quite the same. Not too far off. Gaming Wolf, how you doing? Welcome along. Nice to have you here. Breaker, this is Rubber Ducky, come on over. 10-4 Rubber Duckies, Breaker. What happened with the logging map that Gamer Designs released? Umbrian Valley? It's on Mod Hub as of last week, isn't it? I haven't heard of anything happening to it. I was actually talking to Fusion Sims about it earlier today. Kaz is bringing his maps forward. Yeah, I've been watching progress on his. He does some great stuff with his maps, but just for me, they don't have that, you know, real local feel to it. I know he had the one that he called Hawke's Bay, but it just didn't quite have that right Kiwi feel to me. Not like a map like this, which is, you know, as everyone who said it, and watching the map tour and then watching Farm Sim Guys live stream as well, it just has a real strong Aussie vibe. Alright, now which way does our tarp go? Oh, am I going to have issues with tarp on this as well? Oh, there we go. Have to press the right button. So, what do you reckon? This is a Kiwi thing to do. Park your truck on one side of the fence and we'll unload on the other. Haha, Forward Egg, welcome along, buddy. How you doing? This is your prime time. It's actually funny you say that because we're quite often messaging at this time of night, aren't we? But yes, we're just trying something a bit different. We've got this Aussie map here, and we've got a lot of Aussies and Kiwis in the community. So I thought, why not have a go with a live stream and see how it all works out. And so far, so good. I'm enjoying it. It's good fun. And John's here causing trouble, as only John can do. Could do one around the Waikato or Central Canterbury. So there is a couple that were done in 19, which actually had a really good vibe to them. They were done by a guy called, I'd say, Smith Gaming, and he had started upgrading them through to 22. And I was looking forward to that, but he's gone quiet in the last wee while, so not quite sure what's happened there. But I'll keep an eye out. If they do come through, we'll make sure we share them around and show everyone the content. And that's why we didn't get the 45-foot header. See, I was thinking. Alright, let's crack straight into this. Usually work on things from 12 till 4 AM. That's some dedicated hours. It's a good time to actually say, if anyone hasn't seen, Forward Ag, they've released the HAC 5000 anhydrous caddy, or liquid fertilizer caddy. That has been released to their Facebook group, to their supporters through there, their loyal fans and followers, and should be out for public release sometime in the next week. Is that right? We'll take an architect to build a New Zealand map, Black Book. Do you know any good ones? I don't. don't think it'd go down too well with the boss if I commandeered the staff to work on a farming simulator map. Too green for you, is it, Grant? Too green in New South Wales sucking the Murray River dry. All the irrigation, they're pulling a lot of irrigation out of there, aren't they? Tell you what, they're not going to have any problem with too much, not enough water in the next wee while. Listen to this truck and looking at me because you want to watch the movie Convoy. Nice. Tony Gordon, hello, welcome along, nice to see you. Gosh, we're sitting at 56 viewers at the moment. Welcome along, everyone. Great to have so many of you here. Blown me away, actually. I said right at the start this was either going to be a complete flop and I'd be sitting here playing a game on my own, which I'd be quite happy to do as well because this map is great and I'm really enjoying 22, but to have so many of you here, it's fantastic. So welcome along. Thank you all very much for tuning in. And even better being an evening, I can have a beer with you. Beer at 7 in the morning is not probably the best look. It is, and that's right, yes, you have shared it in Discord as well, so if you wanted to jump into Discord and go and get it, but otherwise this weekend. Ah, yeah, it does actually work out quite well. What time are you sitting at the moment? It must be just coming up to 9 AM for you, is it? Gaming Wolf? Look. Oh, yeah. 8:30 UK time, isn't it? Flash Gaming, how you doing? Nice to see you as well. Getting back to what you're saying, Captain Kiwi, I know Anzac was pretty keen to have a go at making a map. I'm just doing a little bit of research into it. Maybe we could get a little community-driven project going. A little army of map makers. You enjoying a Tokyo Dry? I quite like that. It's not a bad drop, is it? 8:37 AM in the UK. Here we go. Too early for Farm Sim Guy. You've still been in bed. He needs beauty sleep. So I reckon we've done this, has actually done pretty well. I reckon this is just the perfect size compound for this map. We'll take a bit of time in some of the bigger fields, but running around this one will take us maybe an hour or so. So here we go. I haven't bothered setting up course plays, so we are going to be doing pretty much all of it ourselves. Oh, probably not that long actually. We'll try and throw some GPS on it at some stage. Some headlands opened up. That's a header killing tree, isn't it? Now I have still got the density files that I put in for Deer Creek. I'm thinking I might take them back out. It does make the crops look really, really thick and heavy, which is nice, but I'm just wondering whether we might take them back out. Because certainly the base game ones aren't anything to worry about, and I just think we might be just losing a little bit of performance as a result. I was actually thinking, I don't know if I can do that. I know they'd started adding ability to do a poll and down the bottom there, create a poll. I was interested to find out where everyone was. Who was Aussie, who was New Zealand, and who was everywhere else. I might set up a little bit of a poll in a minute, which I haven't done before. If we can do it while we're driving along here. I don't know. too complicated for me to figure out. I'll do that a little bit later. Even better, just do it straight out combine. Look at that, beautiful. Like I planned it. Yeah, that would be awesome, a little Kiwi thinking a neat minute. We have a map making community. Well, domination. Farming simulator domination. We always punch above our weights here in New Zealand, don't we? Alright, there we go, let's carry on. Those things are cool, aren't they, James? A Nix X. If anyone hasn't seen it, I don't know how you've missed it because it's been on just about every Farming Simulator Facebook page and group and Discord over the past couple of months. It's a European combine which changes direction depending, or it's actually not even a combine, it's a European almost robot. Transformer would be the best way to describe it, wouldn't it? But on the road it drives almost long ways, and then across the field it spreads out widthways. Nice big header on it. But can it do seeding and all sorts of other things? Pretty impressive piece of equipment. Wouldn't surprise me if someone's working on one in the background for some. It's, for me, I reckon it's the type of mod that you could see someone like Sid modding or someone doing. Alright, we'll run some GPS down this way. The next tat. What's that one? I haven't seen that. It's modular design. Aren't they the same thing? Okay, well, I've done my GPS course here. We're chained up with a row of shame before we get to the end of the field. Is this going to be our row of shame? Not quite. It's going to be on this next little just step up here. Well, there you go, Captain Kiwi. We can set up a map making and modding team. We can get half people working on doing that next tab and someone else doing the maps. See, there it is. I told you there was going to be one. Black Book, appreciate you stopping in, mate. Rest easy, and certainly we'll catch up next time. Nice to see you though, an unexpected visitor. The only thing you didn't see it doing, Cat, was spraying. Oh, so it did all tillage and everything, or was it a did it do direct drill? Can't actually recall myself now. Tyler, g'day mates. Kia ora. How you doing, mate? Welcome along. Good. TGM Farming, g'day, how you doing? Nice to see you. That's because I didn't have GPS on the first row though, Captain. I didn't quite do it straight, it wasn't perfect. A little bit annoying, isn't it? But that's alright. So the other thing I've actually done with the stream today, I've got, I said at the start, doing low latency, so interactions with you guys are a lot quicker. I can see what you're writing and reply to those rather than when I can keep up. I was a little bit slack there when we were trying to buy the equipment. Doing good, TGM. Perfect, mate. Village planting, harvesting and dry fur. Bit of a beast. Bit of a beastly weapon, that's for sure. I wonder if it's one of those things though that, innovation makes it hard for someone to come along and, for farmers or anyone really to change. I know often farmers are leaders in innovation, aren't they? Always looking for that extra 10%, whether it's productivity or yield or anything like that. Often open to trying new things. But I do wonder if it'll be its own worst enemy in that regard. Who knows? Time will tell. Buha, how you doing? Welcome along. Nice to see. The map does look fantastic, doesn't it? Really, really well done map. And I just have my fingers and toes and everything crossed that it passes testing for console, because it would be great to have this on all platforms. It would make a great crossplay multiplayer server, I reckon. First rain of the year today. Wowzers. You're in Western Australia, aren't you? I wonder how much we're going to get off this. It's not actually that big a field here, really, once you get into it, is it? Alright, so we've only got, actually we're just gone into the 8th pass for the GPS, so there's only about 7 or so runs left in there. Won't take too long at all. Didn't even need the grain cart after all that. Just unload straight into the truck. Oh, cheers, mate. It was fun doing it, actually. Challenging at times. First rain of the year in the city. So, while you're here, TJM, how far through your map are you? So for those who don't know, TJM is working on a map called Nelly Creek in Western Australia. It'd be nice to have a second Aussie map in the pipelines, at least that we know of. I'm sure there's probably others around there too. Interesting to see whether, gosh, I can't think of what's the name of that one that was on console. I can't remember the name of it now. Ningen Farms, wasn't it? Be nice to see if that makes it through to 22 as well. Working on buildings currently. Oh, cool. So you got a lot of the farmlands and that sorted, do you? Fields and whatnot. Well, we're going to go down and cut out this little wedge down here. Ningen, yeah, there you go. James Elk Mountain map. It is amazing. I've got a copy of it, and we'll have a video for you not tomorrow morning, but Friday morning. I'll finish editing it tomorrow and get that out to you. But it truly is a beautiful map. The attention to detail in it is impressive, very impressive. And it's, the fact it's 4x too. It feels very natural, even though, as Elk Mountain have said, they did all the terrain themselves. It's kind of their own imagination. That's a good question, actually. Gee, I'm not sure. What size is it, TJ? Yeah, those photos you shared actually the other day of the trees and that you're using, working on those assets, they look very good. Hocks was saying, I think in Farm Sim Guys stream, these trees here are actually a 17, Farm Sim 17 asset still. They don't look out of place though. 4X. I thought it might have been a 4X just looking at the PDA or the field definitions image shared a little while ago. Well, there you go, 4X Australian map in the works. Something you see on Skyrim with the amount of detail. Yeah, it does look like a, you know, I knew I was going to miss it because it does look like it, some of the detail in there. Everything's done with a purpose, you know, like one of the things I picked up on in my map tour, right where the sawmill is, there's some forest next to it, but he doesn't just have forest coming right down to the edge of the sawmill. There's actually an area like some guy looked at the clear cut where there was stumps and some younger looking pine trees growing. He's actually done that on around the sawmill, so you get this real detailed layering. The easiest option would have been just to say it's all forest and throw in forest the whole way down, but it's really nice what he's done with that. Yeah, slightly the wrong colour. It needs to be a little bit grey over the gum trees, don't they? But style, yeah, they just do feel very Australian. Enough, driving through the Blue Mountains and things like that. Just need a few drop bears in them, eh, boys and girls? Those evil predators. I so wish that the deer could be reimagined and changed, that you could change the asset. How cool would it be if Giants had coded it in where you could have different animals, and Giants said, right, you know, he put your region in, what part of the world are you in, and we've customised the animals to suit that, so you can define your map as an Oceania map and then put kangaroos or something. Those trees are actually FS222 standard because the old gum trees dated back to 15. Is that right? Yeah, that's good to know. Thank you. Don't want to be doing anyone a disservice by giving out some bad information, so thank you for clarifying that, TJ. I think with something on, and I'm not a technical boffin or guru or anything, it can be done, what, to change the animals, is that right? Interesting. So if you were doing a 4X map that you weren't going to put on Mod Hub, then you could do it, is that what you're saying? Oh yeah, sorry, James, what I was saying is I think the limitations is Giant's engine. You know, as good as it is for Farming Simulator, a lot of those games are built on things like Unreal, which I think just have more development potential. They're designed for various, you know, numerous different games to be made on them, whereas Giant's engine is just for Farming Simulator. So they've designed it to work and provide what they want, and not so much make optimised for what other games do. At least that's how I interpret it or understand it. Bruha, you tried making an Aussie trees and bushes pack of tension and nightmare way above my pay grade. Best time I on a map was Glenbar. Yeah. See, I'm too new to the farm sim scene to know about sort of some of that real far back history, TJ. For a Kiwi map we could have Jeffers. The elusive mower. Ah, there he is. Welcome, Mr. FSG. How you doing, buddy? Breakfast stream. Not for me. In fact, for once, I can say cheers to you and enjoy a beer rather than when I'm doing it in the morning. I hope you're doing well, buddy. How's you recovering? You've been a bit under the weather. Yeah. All back to full health now. A bit of a role reversal, yeah. Good to hear, buddy. Good to hear. That's actually, I've been blown away, I must admit, and I said it a bit earlier. Said it a couple of times now, in fact. This was either going to be me playing a game to myself or a bit of a success, and I think it's been a bit of a success. So it's been good to have so many people in here. We had Junt was in earlier, we've had Blackbook came in at 3 AM from Ontario, we've had a few from the West Coast. Ford Egg was here, I don't know if they're still lurking around or not. It's been nice to see so many different people here, as well as a few from the UK or Europe, as you're just all waking up to a brand new day. No, you're not. Not at all. Yeah, no, it's been good. Been good fun. It's a big word for 9 o'clock in the morning for you, isn't it? There's John here still lurking. And Ford Egg. So you say their name and they come out of the woodwork. It's a hard one, James. It's a hard one. Certainly a good cause. I'm not going to argue with that, that's for sure. I know, Googled it. Is that like, what was that word we got the other day? On one of your comments? Converting you through stealth? I can't remember what it was now. It was a good one too, I had to Google that. Yeah, it is. It's a tough one, James. You certainly do want to try and do something to help. There's also a number of other excellent causes around closer to home sometimes too. So. Who's that beep mooing? Firing at me. Missed it, sorry. Didn't have the right screen up. We'll fix that. There we go. Been inundated with requests, so I shouldn't be mind. Thank you for help. Yeah, there you go. I don't know how many Kiwis there are in here, and you saw what happened in our own backyard this afternoon. You know, when you start thinking about things that are happening around the world, it's kind of a bit silly. Taking a break from making those row units. You mean hoses? What uses row units? There must be a new anhydrous applicator, is it? Or is it an anhydrous caddy with row units? Doesn't feel right to have fun. Exactly, mate. Exactly. Yeah, it'd be a very somber stream if you were to be talking about that. So, let's move on. Actually, we were just talking about Elk Mountain as well, FSG. How beautifully detailed that map is. It really is. It really is amazing. I think Ford Eggs, you know, it's what time is it for you? Is it 1 o'clock in the morning? You need to go to bed. You're talking gibberish. You're not making any sense at all. It's too late. Wispy's good too. Wispy, what I've looked at Wispy, I've only had a quick look around it. It looks good. I'd like the look of it, but I think there's still a few issues that are ironing out. So I would temper that with caution. From watching Kaduk's stream today, there will be an update to it. So if you're playing on Wispy, just be mindful that when it's updated, you will need a new save game. So don't get too deep into something if you want to be able to update the game in the next wee while. Hopefully not too far away. 2 AM right now. There you go, see? Not talking, you're not thinking straight. Off to bed, John. Thanks for hanging out, buddy. Thanks for bringing the thunder down under. Some amazing map, and you know, the changes Giants made with the texture mapping and all that sort of stuff has certainly helped modders and map makers and people push technology a lot further. You know, even now that we've got, as we're just about full on the combine, we've got heaped fill planes and that becoming more commonplace. You're going to go count sheep to bed, John. It's a good way to get to sleep. Onlysheep.com, go check it out. An 8x sheep farm. What is it? I don't even know. In New Zealand or West East, we had what, like 20 sheep per head of a person. Like there was what, 40 million sheep, and there was only, what was it? Even more than that. 80 million sheep and 4 million people or something stupid at one stage. I'm deliberately filling the combine up so I can go get the grain cart and use it as well. I'm mute. All good, buddy. First call of the day. Someone's got to work. Cool. Oh, I thought I put full stop mod on here. I can't have. Alright. Let's go get this over and unloaded. Give this a try out. Sheep shed that gives milk yet? I haven't heard of any, James. I haven't heard of any yet. I'm sure there'll be one somewhere coming. No cows, no horses, just sheep at Nelly Creek. Is that the deal? 42 million sheep in the 90s compared to 3.5 million people. Yeah. Just sheep. We talked about it a couple of streams ago. For me, one of the things I'd love is to be able to move animals between fields. Oh, 3.2 million people. That's close to 3.5, isn't it? Close enough. Velcro gloves are brown. You're just not talking to them nicely enough, Bundy, if you need Velcro gloves. Days, how you doing, buddy? Nice to see you. Fellow British. Would you call yourself British? You're Scottish, aren't you? In Scotland. Just Google it, I'm cheating. That's what Google's for, it's not cheating. You technically could move animals. Yeah, so, and that's what I thought, but you'd need to use a truck, like a trailer or something, wouldn't you? You can't specify go from pen to pen. You're a bit all over the place. Oh, I'm getting my sounds, but not my notification. What's going on with that? I changed that enough of my orders and not doing my alerts. Thank you very much, whoever that subscription was from. Appreciate that. A little bit far away. Good thing we've got a big long order there. Map can have sell points and like for milk, so people can do cows they want, but they don't need to. Yeah, and that's all you need to do. Like honestly, if you make it so the sell points will sell every product possible, that's all you need to do to keep people happy. We'll just move a little bit further out of the way so we can get the combine in behind. Yeah, I wondered if it was doable with the script. The other option I'd had was you buy a little, like a shepherd's staff. Staff, isn't it? Yeah. And you can carry that around. And that is, you know, some of the handheld vehicles that are out there now. Like a chainsaw kind of thing, I suppose. And that you could transfer the animals into that for want of a better description. And then walk to the next one and transfer them back out. But yeah, I'm sure it'll be a script or something. But it says in a mod to increase the amount of grain you can carry in those trailers and carry half litres now. You want to make sure the mass is turned off. Wash mustering could work in farm somewhat. Yeah, I agree. Or you could have beef cattle that don't need to be fed sheep. Fed sheep. Who feeds their beef cattle sheep? Got sheep in my mind now. Silage or hay or grass or anything like that. You could define, like Season 19 did, you could say this pasture has 30,000 litres of grass in it, so it will last the animals for X number of days. And when they've eaten it all, they're going to run out of food. And that's one thing I really like about Seasons in 19. James, back to work. Have a great day and bless you all. Welcome. Thank you, James. Appreciate that, mate. Thank you for those kind words and thank you very much for hanging out with us. Hope you have a enjoyable rest of your day and we'll catch up with you again soon. Give the, Gator and Mahindra and that a purpose, absolutely. But that hasn't taken us very long to harvest that at all, has it? How big was that field? 14 acres. Probably why. One thing I didn't actually look at. Got contracts on here? It does. Some wheat in field 12. 12. 10. Another 12. I can go and sort out a bit more equipment too if you wanted to. Funds Farming, how are you? Nice to see you. Are you deep in the Farmers Only Club at the moment, Funds, or? You think you'll get that return of May? Ah, that's a good point. Hadn't thought about that, Dazed. I've got a release date for Maze Plus too, don't they? Disturbed, how you doing? Nice to see you as well. Thanks for joining. It's the long and skinny field. It is the long and skinny field. I do want to get some ground. Maybe I might do some mowing actually. Let's see about getting a tractor and some mowers and getting some of that grass cut. Not I've been grinding too hard. Have you hit the contracts? You're out of the pre-FM contracts now, aren't you? You're in the main contract server now. No release date for Maze Plus yet, but hopefully soon. Ah, okay. Hay cutting, I reckon, TJ. We'll go do that. So, here's my question for you all in Australia. What sort of mowers do you see a lot of over there? Are we talking about a triple mower setup, like a front mower with two on the back, or is it a front mower and a side mower, or do you get the self-propelled mowers? I think I've got a New Holland one, the one Dairy Deer or Skywalker Farms had done. We'll negotiate our way through that fence. You heard from another content provider that Seasons might come out at as in the original Seasons that was in 19. Precision Farming's the one that I'm looking forward to probably the most at the moment. Go. You know what I love? it's not going to do it. Love how the headers snap onto the trailers. That one hasn't snapped. Maybe I didn't quite have it in the right spot. Fold that in, see everything else folds out. Alright, move this over here. Ed, have a great day at work, mate. Thank you very much for stopping in and hanging out with us. Great to see you, and enjoy your day, buddy. Oh, you meant maize plus, not seasons. Ah, there we go. Precision farming is the only thing keeping you on 19. Right, let's go. That's empty. Let's go and get this sold. So, where was our best price? Was Grain West? Still Grain West? Grain West, 720. I don't even know where we're sitting at the market at the moment. August, right at the bottom of it. That's right. We'll go sell it anyhow. Greg, how are you? Have you been lurking? I remember seeing if you were here earlier or not. Yeah, I know you guys are looking forward to it. Alright, just while I'm doing this. Little change here, Greg. Here we go. I'll give you a little blue spanner. Here's a big thank you, actually just got here, sorry, a little late. Don't need to apologise, buddy. It's pretty early for you still, isn't it? 8 o'clock. Any idea how far away this map is? You have to go and ask Giants funds, unfortunately. It is in the testing queue. So that is, it's anyone's guess, really, at the moment. Oh, try to read chat. Hayden, how you doing? Welcome along. Nice to see you. Hope you're well. Thank you very much for stopping in and saying hello. And testing last we checked, yeah. 3 to 4 weeks from submission before they look at it. Do you know what intrigued me, Dazed? Some people were posting up, you know, this is the issue I've just got back from Giants, and they had dates of December on them. So I wondered whether, do they go through an initial quality check? And then are they like, do they peer review it? Do they get someone else to look at it and go, yeah, I agree with what you've said, and therefore then that's when they submit the query? Yep, precision farming is going to be a good one, Swiss Mizzy. I'm looking forward to seeing, because they said, and one of the reasons they reckon they weren't releasing it straight away is because they had extra to go into it. Right, now's the test to see if we're going to have collisions and how we're going to get this tipped out of this. Oh, we've got a bit of space. I've got my finger on the stop tipping button when it hits the roof. Ah, there we go. Oh, look at that. No collisions. That's good. Here it could be Christmas 26. Is that before you finish your map, Captain? Will the truck be included in the menu? No, it will not, Brewheart. This is by... I can't even think of the name now. I always... I want to say JMF, but it's not, unfortunately. I can't remember exactly the name. It's on Facebook, is where I've got it from. JFL, thank you, TJ. As far as I know, one person makes quick notes during testing, then before it gets sent back they need to do a full write-up. But I think they go through their entire daily list and so X amounts of write. JFL modding, yeah, there we go. Thank you, gentlemen. See, wouldn't it be good if they were kangaroos hopping around? You know, if they were kangaroos, they'd probably stop and try and fight you, though. That'd be the worry. You know, I was Googling last night. I was trying to find a kangaroo to put on my thumbnail, and I didn't find one I liked, or couldn't get what I really wanted. But it had, you know, kangaroo, and it had all these Australian animal photo, like cartoons, like little kiddie type sketches, you know, cute little photos, drawings of them. Drawings. One of them had a kangaroo, a koala, platypus, an emu, and a kiwi, and said something about being Australian animals. Might need some more vehicle sheds. You reckon? No. There's plenty of space. I'd be jumping into the truck. I just love all the tracks, actually. This is one of the things I really enjoy about it. What Hocks has done with this map is there's just so much character. And that's what's, you know, when you can tell someone spent the time to put that grass down in the centre and thought about how someone might have moved around the farm over years, around the yard, how it would be used. I just really like that. No, I couldn't find one I liked, no. I don't like them when they fight back, FSG. Couldn't in shotgun, what if we get kangaroos? Right, I did ask, did anyone tell me what sort of mower I should be using? I'm going to go shopping. We're either going to buy another tractor, well we need another tractor because this thing's a little bit too big to be doing general field work. What's that blasphemy, a Kiwi Aussie? That's like calling Pavlova Aussie. Agreed. NH 489 and 7810, is that's your mowing. So I think, did I? Mowers. So I got one of those. I don't know if that would be appropriate, or we look at our other options. I don't have any New Holland mowers. Oh, the disc one isn't there, right? Oh, that's not branded as New Holland, is it? Actually, it's only Cavernland. I thought they had that as Vicon last time. What do you think? Do we go for the disc bind? The Durabine? I mean, if you have it, the New Holland hay bind 489. No, I don't have that installed, unfortunately. Look now though. Is that a mod hub mod? Mow it. Oh, the display. The 313? Windows. Convenient will do. Yeah. They steal everything they can. Yeah, they can definitely. Scooters to the 489. Alright. Well, how about here? We'll make a deal. I'll buy the. We'll use the. We'll use the Cavernland one. We'll get that. We'll mow with that. I'll replace it. And we'll swap it out once we get that. Right, what sort of tractor are we going? Are we gonna stick in the New Holland? What have we got? We've got the T7. Days JCB. That unfortunately won't be, well, in its current format won't be getting anywhere. Now get the 7810. Is that the Massey? Massey? Oh, the John Deere 7810. I didn't want to get a John Deere. I was trying not to. John Deere. New Holland 7810, the old case. Oh. Oh, no, you haven't yet, Dazed. I mean, you're welcome to. No, I said I wasn't going to do John Deere's. I'm going to go for the T7. Go T7. No, I'm going to go too wide. Go there. Bump that up. Put some GPS on it. There we go. T6, TJ? Is T7 too big? Let's have a look. Where is it? T6 is better. Okay. I'll defer to your expertise. Get the biggest. 175. Some GPS on it. Though I don't like using GPS with the offset mowers. We'll see. It's cheaper as well. T7's overkill. Okay. As long as I can run a baler with it. I'm the same FSG. That's why I've decided I'd do it. And well, partly because I saw BC Bueller's pack was released on Mod Hub, so I thought I had to get the big boy there. Derek, how you doing? Nice to see you. Just watching the latest episode of No Man's Land. Yep, we cracked through that, I'll tell you what. Having a lot of fun doing that with FSG. Very enjoyable. Right. Now, what have we got here to mow? This field, we got 2 fields. Should we go mow the other one first? We'll do the other one first, I think. It is alright, isn't it? It's a lot of fun. In fact, I'm going to update the map FSG because we're not on the latest version. So I'll get that sorted out over the next couple of days and get it updated. This is a fair haul, 22 kilometers an hour. That's nice. But we were going to be going too slow. Rusty Money Gaming, what on earth are you doing up at this hour? How on earth are you, buddy? Now, let me think, you're West Coast, aren't you? You're West Coast of the States? What time, what sort of hour is it for you at the moment? Yeah, it does sorts of sell points out, so I'll sort that out and we'll let you know. Some good landscaping. Honestly, that landscaping turned out much better than I ever thought it would have. The New Holland equivalent to the 7810. There we go. We're going on the right way then, aren't we? So what are you doing up at this hour anyhow, Rusty? Just happened to wake up, turned on YouTube and saw I was here. Oh, nice of you to stop in, mate. Hope you are doing well. I saw there was an update to the Cake Bake Challenge on Calmston Farms. There's a new level of complexity added to it, so looking forward to seeing how that goes for you. In here we can't get right into the corner. So we're going to make hay out of this? Hay or silage, what do you reckon? Seriously, it is, eh? That's what I thought too, Disturbed. You know, this is the first time I've actually played Farm Sim with kilometres per hour on. Everything else has always been in miles. That was one thing I wish that they'd changed, and I wonder if someone could script it, where you set the units by game save rather than by client. You'd want to be doing this in a nice smooth field, that's for sure. You wouldn't want to be mowing at this speed. In a soggy field that got wet over winter and had a whole lot of animals walking across it. Jinx, if he's still here, that really would be a backbreaker. Make hay this round. Sounds like a plan. That would. I wonder if using kilometres makes everything 60% faster. Indeed. And easier to calculate too, Disturbed. What are you saying forward? Snow just covered the ground. I was halfway done laying down anhydrous. Remember why I don't play often. Oh, I'm not going to miss a piece. Good thing Tim is sound asleep. He won't be able to be here to criticise me. And Sindri got to go. Have to get up at 3 to milk the cows down at this end of the country. Alright buddy, thanks for hanging out with us. Take care, and we'll hopefully catch you again next week. Certainly on the success of this evening, we will be back next Wednesday, and for a few more Wednesdays after that, I expect. Oh, kilometres is an hour. I mean, you know, kilometres 1,000, and it's all round numbers. Crazy. Would be, wouldn't it, Disturbed? Would be very good. Swing! There. These are good sized fields actually for using this kind of sized equipment. That's what's good about this map is, you know, we're down here, but there's still the big fields up here. Still the big stuff. Say good morning to the girls from us Farm Sim farmers. Yeah, he's just missed another little piece. It's alright. Standard seasons funds at the moment, unfortunately, so I think, have a look on the calendar. Yeah, so winter's December, January, February, still. And that's another thing that would have been good for them to try and fix, or give options for at least. Am I going to share my plans for the series? Ah. Sure. And there you go, that's my plan. I haven't actually got any plans as such, mate. Just going to see how it goes, do it as a bit of a live stream series, and just have some fun on the map, really. I did have this plan, and after seeing Elk Mountain with the burnt ridge with the trees, I was like, oh, maybe I could say we came back with, you know, we had $2.5 million. We came back to rescue a farm after they'd had a bushfire or something go through it, but I decided we wouldn't play off the back of a tragedy or something, or that sort of loss. So we'll just see how we go. Just like all your series. It's more fun that way, isn't it? You know, sometimes it's nice to have a plan. Like Deer Creek, for example, you know, I always knew I was going to go through and try out the double crop soybeans, get the wheat in, do that over winter, get the soybeans in, and then we're going to wrap up with some big corn and soybean harvests over the next couple of weeks. And that'll be probably the back of that series, I imagine, and then we'll be looking for something new to play on, whether it's somewhere like Elk Mountain, tackle something a little bit different there, maybe get into some mining and forestry, I don't know. But I think this will just be a chance to catch up and chat to a different group that I might not normally see on my weekend live streams, and just see where it takes us. Yeah, it's pretty horrible to see. We were talking about it earlier, Greg. It's the scale of it's just mind-boggling. It really is. And it's, you know, the Murray. It's not in the Murray. Is it in the Murray? I'll ask the question. Is it in the Murray catchment or not? From what I could tell, it wasn't. I thought it was further towards the coast. But, you know, there's been floods before in the Murray catchment that I remember. And similar a little bit to the Mississippi, you can have these massive floods without it raining where you are, because all the rains come down the catchment from hundreds, if not thousands of kilometres or miles away. If anyone has data for crop planting harvesting, I'm going to crack at making a growth file for it. I'm sure between the educated people here we could come up with something for you. Disturbed. We've got, I'd say we're very similar. Australia's a little bit different because they have some warmer climates. And even New Zealand's different in that some areas they plant earlier and harvest earlier and that, but yeah, it can vary. Gosh, you're all coming out of the woodwork. Do you Americans ever sleep? Hey, you, Scott. Nice to see you, mate. Maybe I jumped the gun saying it didn't matter if I missed a bit because Tim's not here, but he'll probably be the next one to tune in. How are you, mate? Nice to see you. Burning a bit of midnight oil. It must be early morning oil, wouldn't it? I'll just go out to sea, wrong side of the ranges. Ah, okay. That was kind of the gist I got from it, but... So what are the main rivers catchments then that all head out? Like obviously there's the Brisbane River, which from what I could tell might have been where some of it was. North half is about 2 minutes ahead on plant and harvest to the southern end of the country. Yeah, we're much the same. Even like even west and east coast is a little bit different. I set an alarm just so I could say hi, going back to sleep now. Oh, I appreciate that, buddy. So good to have a community with people who do that. And even if you're joshing me, mate, I'll claim it. It's nice to see you. Rest easy, buddy, and we'll talk again soon. Were there any FS19 geos that were okay? I'd have to go back and have a look. I'm sure there was. There was quite a few geos done for Aussie climates. I'll tell you what, Disturbed, I took a brief look at what needed to be done and tried to get my head around how to do it, and I gave up, so kudos to you for sticking to it, and as FSG has said, well done on one for Calmston and whatever other ones you've got in got in mind. It's a nice little niche for you to have. I think the biggest thing for this would be being able to change the seasons. You know, so that you're actually doing work in the right month for the right season. But again, you'd think that'd be an easy coding thing to say Northern Hemisphere, Southern Hemisphere, and specify that in the map. I know we are but a pimple on Giant's bum when it comes to market share. The only good WA Geo. Oh, Ning and Geo was good. Oh yeah. Here we go. And Disturbed, if you were going to do that, have a chat to TJ, because TJ is building a map called Nelly Creek, isn't it? Which is a Western Australia map, so I'm sure he would be more than happy to either give you some input or integrate it into his map when it comes, if we can get it working good. Legion, how are you, buddy? Nice to see you as well. I hope you didn't set your alarm just to get up. Oh no, yeah, of course you wouldn't have. It's not a bad time for you, is it? Yeah, I need to check that out still, FSG. I haven't looked into that part yet. I've still got a couple little bits to record for my map tour, and that's one of them, after your little tip for me. Thank you. It's not a map though, it's an experience, it really is. Thanks for stopping in, Days. Nice to see you, mate. If you found some time to flick a JCP pack across Discord, I'm sure we could find someone who'd enjoy looking at it. Yeah, Nelly Creek, there we go. Captain Kiwi, you got Mahi at 6 AM. Love the channel and the No Man Land series. Have a great stream. Catch you on the next one. Captain Kiwi, appreciate you hanging out, mate. Nice to see you. Have a good sleep, rest easy, and have a good day at work tomorrow. For those wondering what Mahi is the Māori or Te Reo word for work. Redeemed Farmer, hello, is this map available? Not as of yet, mate. It is currently in testing with Giants. We've been fortunate enough for Hocks 23 to provide a copy to us to show off, I guess, a little bit with you guys, to create a little bit of excitement and anticipation around its release. And you know, I think it is highly anticipated from all the positive comments we've got. So keep an eye out for it, and hopefully, fingers crossed, sometime during March, but it is at the whim of Giants at the moment with their rather extensive testing list. There was 900, in excess of 900 mods on the list earlier today. Are you in, TJ's in FSG's Discord? Disturbed, if you're in there. There we go, you've already said all that, I'm still catching up. You've been at work 4 hours already, yeah. Indeed. Lots of That's an experience. Goodness. Bit of an impromptu stream? No, I flagged it. I flagged it on the weekend. I think I did. I flagged it on the weekend. I decided, well, I just, you know, particularly after doing the map tour of this and FSG stream on it as well, I noticed there was quite a large Australian community that had a lot of interest in it. And, you know, I started to notice a lot more comments from Aussies and Kiwis alike, so I thought, you know, why not do a stream in the evening, my time, which is obviously a lot more manageable for me, but just to make it easier for some of those people in the community to catch a stream and be involved in the community in that way as well. So it's actually, yeah, it's working out really well. I said at the start it was either going to be a disaster and I'd be sitting here playing the game on my own, which would have been just fine too, because we couldn't complain about playing this map, or we'd have a great time, and we're having a great time. Can I show you the map? Absolutely can. There it is there it is there, Redeemed Farmer. If you're going to have a look on the channel, I've done a map tour on it as well, showing it off. Having a bit of a drive around, looking at all the different features. One thing I did say a little bit earlier, the starting farm here, we're not using the starting farm, but Hocks has increased it in new farmer mode, so you actually get field 1, you get the home block 20 and that bit of grassland there, so you get more. He's also, for those who weren't here earlier, he's increased the prices on the land. I know there was a few comments saying it might have been a bit cheap, so he's bumped that up too. Just a couple of little minor tweaks he's made to it. But go and check out the map tour I did if you want a little bit more of an in-depth look at what it's all about. You like the way your Indigenous name has been accepted in your country and taught. However, New Zealand only has one. We have like 600 different ones. Yeah, it's still still very much a minority though, Greg. We get some of the basics. My wife's actually Māori. She, which therefore my kids are as well. So she's, in particular, like even when we were kids, and it's only been in the last 5 or 10 years that she's shown a real interest in it. She's always been interested in it. Her grandfather was very passionate about their heritage. And actually they have some cool stories to tell in their family. Her great-great-great-grandmother was kidnapped by one of the big Māori chiefs here, Te Rauparaha, and taken to an island, and she escaped and headed to the other side of the coast, and that's where she met Bex's great-great-great-grandfather. He kind of rescued her, and the rest's history. They were quite a big family in the early settling of the Wairarapa. It was just north of Wellington. So yeah, so it's pretty cool to learn about those kind of things. Get a different take on, well, not a different take, just learn that side of the history of New Zealand, because often you hear too much about the other bits and pieces, and certainly te reo is becoming a lot more widespread in schools, and our kids are learning it a lot more and things like that. Very cool. No worries, Legion. Catch up with you later on. Enjoy your day. Hopefully there's no window schedules you're having to draw or anything like that. Calculate, figure out what the architect didn't do for you. Perfect time stream, great distraction from work. That's normally what I do on my mornings. I get distracted by someone streaming. And tomorrow, will be tonight for you guys, of course. FSG will be streaming a little bit later on. You figured out where you're streaming your FSG? TJ, thanks for hanging out, mate. Nice to see you. Pleasure to have your company and your expertise and knowledge. I look forward to catching up again, and obviously keeping up to date with the progress on your map. Looking forward to seeing that one, and excited to hear it is in fact a 4X. Yeah, thank you, GKW. There is indeed a link to our Hocks page in the description. If you want to go and find out more and keep up to date and track of where it is and when it's going to be released. You can also type exclamation mark, I haven't plugged it at all yet, type exclamation mark maps and get a link to my map directory where you can keep track of any map route. Well, I'm not saying any map, you know, until you start looking at maps, starting to slouch. So you start looking at what maps there are out there, you don't realise how many there are. There's huge numbers. Torn between what to do, but probably Elk Mountain. Why not? SB Farmer, how you doing? Welcome along. Nice to have you here. There you go, there's the link, go and take a look at it. And we've got a new contributor to that as well. Greg is helping me write some of the posts and taking the screenshots and all that sort of thing. So he's got his first one up there now, Clarkson 4X, so he did a great job with writing that up and sorting things out there for me, so it's a big help to have someone else contributing to the project, because it's become a bigger beast than I thought it ever would. Stream's okay on iPhone, but on PlayStation it keeps cutting out. Ah, that's interesting. I have noticed I've had a couple of little internet issues which have dragged the quality down just a touch, but I wouldn't have thought it'd keep cutting out for any reason. DJ, it's a bummer. You're getting a bit wet as well, are you? Which part of Aussie are you in? You're in New South Wales where it's just starting to get wet? Not just starting to, because that's where a lot of it is, isn't it? Yeah. Speak out of turn here, I don't know what all the details around it is. Near Newcastle, but from Orange. Do you know what, mate? Those are two places I can say I've been to. We stayed in Orange in 2017. We came over to Bathurst. Had a few nights, well, that's where we were staying. Got bus back to Bathurst every morning, or bus down to Bathurst in the mornings and back in the evening. And then, gosh, how old was, well, it was just before, it must be 2013. We, my brother-in-law and sister-in-law live in, what's the coast on? Central Coast. Just south of Newcastle. So we were over there in, actually 2013, it's a long time since we went over and visited them actually. They've been over a couple of times since. But we were over there and drove up to Newcastle and had a day up there and had a look around. Gosford has copped it, but has they? Ah, I'd actually find out how they're doing. Do Soul Gamer, hola, well, good day to you, welcome, nice to have you here. Stone Cold Aussie, g'day, kia ora, welcome, nice to have you, buddy. Best race in the world, spent lots of fun times at Bathurst races during that 70s and 80s. I'm looking forward actually to, well, weather permitting, the opening round of the V8s this weekend, isn't it? Interesting to see how that all pans out. Brujas near Orange as well, there you go. So you're a Holden fan, hope you drive one. What makes you think I'm a Holden fan, TJ? I mean, you're not wrong, I am actually a Holden fan. I've never owned one though. It's, I suppose you've got to pick one. It's either the blue oval or the red line. And I think I've always liked the Kiwis who drive the red lines better than the ones that drive the blue ovals. You'd love to visit New Zealand? New Swiss Mizzy, you'd love to come to New Zealand and Australia. Well, hopefully, before the end of the year, you'll actually be able to come to New Zealand. Might have our borders open again. Welcome the world. Juliana, hello, welcome along. Hello, Argsy and friends, how are you? Nice to have you here as well. All of the East Coast is getting slammed. Is it Shubs? Yeah. Shubs, I'm just saying hello to you. How you doing? Welcome. Now you've joined the Finalizing Club, haven't you? I've seen you in there, or is it another... someone with a similar name? Murph does live in Havelock North, he does. Who was that died at Bathurst, Greg? I can't recall. Northern, so whereabouts in the north of New Zealand, Stone Cold? I'm in the north of New Zealand, not the north, I'm in the North Island. To clarify that. No worries, Liliana. Nice to have you here. Cheeky Nuts. How are you? What a name. That's a great name. How are you? Whereabouts do you live? You're in the Waikato. I am in the Manawatu. If family, or my wife's family, is in Tauranga, then my parents have a place in Taupo, so we spend a little bit of time up nearer you. Oh, you're 10 minutes out of Havelock. Yeah. Which way out of Havelock? Obviously, I'm going to assume you're south or west, because if you're north, you'd say you lived in Napier, wouldn't you? Alright, I'm going to concentrate here, so I'm going to put this mower into the fence. Back in the late 80s, can't remember his name, but remember he died on Conrad Street of a heart attack and just collided into it. Yeah, let's Google that, can't remember. You have, Shubs. Oh, cool. How are you enjoying it? It's a bit of fun, isn't it? Mildly addictive. To the point where I'll probably, to be honest, finish doing this and go and spend a little bit of time on there. Oh, it's a troublesome tree. Oh, Scotty McLaughlin is doing amazing. I watched the race the other morning. How good is he? When he got pole in the qualifying by 0.2 of a second, I thought he's just done exactly what he used to do at the V8s. He's gone out last lap and he's just set down a time that no one can compete against, and that's just his raw talent, isn't it? He just goes out there and just nailed that lap. And he just did that. He did that time and time again, driving that number 17 car. Right, here we are. We're all done. Denny Holm, Bundy Bear. Could have been Denny Holm. I'm not sure. Oh, you're coming back for more. Okay. See, that's the deer that would be a kangaroo. He'd be the one that'd be circling the tractor. He'd just be circling the tractor waiting for me to hop out. He's going, I got your number. I got your copper. Hard case. Alright. Let's put it like grass. Yeah, we'll put grass equipment in here for now. Aussies can't claim them. They'll try. They'll try, Chinook. Stephen Richards. Stephen Richards is... didn't die... Stephen Richards... I'm trying to think now. Wasn't he the one who had had cancer? Or am I thinking of someone else? Because it was Jim Richards drove it in the 80s and 90s, isn't it? Oh, you have to ask your stepdaughter. Hey, no worries, bro. Yeah, exactly, Greg. That's what I was thinking. I'd have to... I'm sure it's Stephen Richards. I'm going to have a look. No, Stephen Richards isn't dead. He's Jim Richards' brother. Son, isn't he? You know, Stephen Richards. Who was it that... They named the trophy for Pukekohe after him anyhow. Jason Richards. That's the one. That's the one. Right. We're going to mow the other field a little bit later. But we're going to get a... We don't want a windrow, we want a tedder. Napier. Ah, so you're very close to TJ, who... Oh, you're in Clive, TJ. Yeah, there we go. Very close to TJ, who is in the Hawke's Bay. Alright, 8.7 or 9 meters. Quite like the look of the bike on one, and I can say the name without getting in trouble. I don't know how many people know that, but if I say that, YouTube can pick it up as a racial slur, and you can get temporary bans, you can get demonetized. What happened? I think Mr. Silly P was one of the first streamers that had happened to him, or content creators. He had some of his videos removed for racial slurs, just from saying the brand name. You're a Mary cheeky. Ah, good drag strip there, isn't there? Not far away from Hampton Downs. I have not had the chance to get to Hampton Downs. See any racing there. That's a big number, Brew, huh? Would not have picked that. Although, if you look at some of those races back in the 70s and that, there was no barriers. I think DJ might have had an issue with it. No, he's often very careful about saying that name, isn't he? Here we go, Jason's got us confirmed. CLP and DJ got pinged for saying it, yeah. It's the K brand. Wow, bikes would be scary enough at Bathurst, but sidecars as well, wow. A different breed, those guys race those things. And girls. I missed your comment there about the so-called King of the Mountain, Greg. It's funny, isn't it? Because they always bring up the lap of the gods, Greg Murphy's lap, and at the time it was a pretty incredible lap. Because what he's over a second faster than everyone else, which is just it's unheard of, really, isn't it? But now that's just about race pace, not quite, but qualifying's good 2 seconds faster than his, isn't it? Uncle race sidecars at the Speedway. Another very special breed of people on dirt going sideways with brick concrete walls all around you. Braver than I would ever be. That my beer's getting warm. And cheers everyone for hanging out with me tonight. It's been a lot of fun. Really enjoyed it. Been great to be able to chat to you all. That's a good way to look at it, Grant. Guy doing what he loved, and he didn't have to go through a horrendous crash or something. Yep. Yeah, since late 60s. A long time, isn't it? That's what I love, actually, when Mark Larkin gets in there and he starts talking about all the old classic races and, back when they were racing. Back in those days, some of the pictures and footage and everything like that just blows your mind. It's no different, though, to looking back at Formula 1 back in, when New Zealand had such a big representation with Bruce McLaren, and actually Denny Hulme raced Formula 1 too. Those guys racing there, and spectators on the side of the road, and the checkered flag guys standing in the middle of the road middle of the track to wave the checkered flag. All right, buddy. Take care, mate. I'll catch you in your live stream later on. Normal time, so everyone. Yeah, of course, if you don't already subscribe to FSG, type in exclamation mark FSG and you'll get a link to his channel. He'll be live streaming tomorrow morning, New Zealand Aussie time. Of course, Wednesday evening if you're in the UK, Wednesday lunchtime if you're in the States, or there or thereabouts. That's the loose description of it. But yeah, go and check him out. If all goes to plan, he might be on Elk Mountain, which if you haven't seen it already, if you haven't watched his map tour, it's a stunning map, and we'll have our own map tour on it in a day and a bit. There you go. There is a link to his channel. I probably need to change that actually, because he has certainly improved his habits of cleaning his equipment a little bit more than he was in in Farm Sim 19. Racing was first at Orange, a track called New Blah, where Jack Brabham raced Max Stewart, who went on to Formula 1. Yeah, interesting. We used to have a track just south of us in Levin. Used to be a good track there. And of course we have, not far from here is Manfield, which up until this year had hosted the New Zealand Grand Prix for a long period of time. One of the best spectator tracks in my opinion, because you can sit on the start-finish straight and see every single corner and the back straight without any problems. It's just such a good track to go and watch things at. Makes it a little bit hard though, because you end up missing something that happens on one corner because you're too busy looking at the other one. Only country where you can have a DNF from hitting a kangaroo during a race. Yeah, or yellow flags for an Akinda crossing the track. It cracked me up in Bathurst. If it's not one thing, it's another. You don't get an appreciation of Mount Panorama until you've been there, honestly. I've watched it for many years, and until I went there and watched the race and walked up to the, well, walk up to the top of the mountain, we got the bus to the top of the mountain, then walked it along Skyline and down to Forest Elbow. Until you've seen all of that in the flesh, you just cannot appreciate how steep it is. I've played it on plenty of racing games on PlayStation, PC and things like that too, but yeah, it blew my mind. What made me get into YouTube? Lockdown. 2020 COVID-19 lockdown. I'd only got Farming Simulator at the beginning of 2020 I got it on PlayStation and was playing it for a wee while, really enjoying it, and then it came up on Epic Games, had it for free on PC, so I got it on PC, started playing it on that. Was watching a lot of Daggerwin and Mr. CLP and Chainsaw 100 early on, and liked what Chainsaw did, the camper with his time lapses, and thought, you know what, I'm playing the game, I'm enjoying it, let's try my hand at some of that. So that's where we started out, doing the time lapse sort of thing, and then must have been about this time last year I went and got myself a mic, started talking, got more confident doing that, and then a little bit later on, not that much later on, it must be only just under a year ago, we did our first live stream. Had a camera, actually my first couple of live streams I didn't even have the camera, and then we got the camera, and that opened up a whole nother kettle of fish. Alright, I've got GPS on here and I never used it with mowing because I didn't feel confident enough to do it with the offset tool. I would look like an offset tool doing it. Oh, we've got, what just happened then? We've got snap terrain angle on. Hitting a Wombat in a 4x4 ain't much fun either, I can imagine. Those things are chunky. They're not going to get out of the way for much, are they? The Mirror Bathurst, all the excitement and money expected from the Bathurst racetrack. Not a bad spot when you've got a city of, how big Sydney? 8 million people, less than a 2-hour drive away. Might seem like a silly place to have a mountain, but when you've got that aura that comes with it, it's not a bad thing to do. Followed him after you streamed No Man's Land map together, like both your streams. Cheers, buddy. Drove around it about 4 years ago. It's the one thing that I missed out on doing, was actually going for a drive around it. Now our famous Argsy, I can't even say my own name. Argsy. How you doing, Quantum? Nice to see you. Doing well? Bruha, good stream, great map, you earned a new sub, good night, all the best. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate that, mate. Thank you very much for the subscribing, and great to have you here. Thanks for the chat. Catch you next week, eh? I think this is going to be a bit of a regular Wednesday night, things, family commitments permitting, but it's been a lot of fun. I've actually really enjoyed it. So much so, we've already been going for 2 hours and I hadn't even looked at the time. Nice that. I'm not comfortable with the talking. I hate my voice and won't think people would watch. I thought the same, and I still think the same. Do you know, I used to, this will crack you up, I used to hate public speaking. It was absolutely my most dreaded thing. And then I put myself out of my comfort zone a few times with, when I was studying, I was forced to speak in, we had to do design critiques and things like that, so we had to get in front of people and speak, and since then I've kind of tried to put myself in positions where I've had to, whether it be at functions or things like that. And my brother asked me to MC his wedding a few years ago, and then some really close friends asked us to MC their wedding, myself, my wife, and I did that as a bit of a team, which was a lot of fun, and yeah, just growing in confidence for it. But you like anyone, TJ, you think your own voice sounds terrible, and I never thought I'd have the voice to do it. Like, I completely forget there's a camera staring back at me. I just look at the game, look at the chat, forget there's actually a camera, so sometimes wouldn't surprise me if I lean right over and you can't see me, because it's just the way I've got the camera framed at the moment. I just, yeah, forget about it's even there most of the time. But yeah, the number of people who've sort of commented and love the accent and those kind of things, wonder where you're from because of it. It's good fun. It's horrible. We went for a trip around it before it became a track. Would have been around mid to late 70s. It was just a road that was closed, and the neat thing about it is that it is still, yeah, there was a house for sale down Conrod Street last year, wasn't there? I would love to know what that sold for. Roland Dane probably bought it. Or Dick. Dick Johnson. There you go. Scorpion's Edge has been trying to get me to say Dick for so long. He's not here, so I'm going to say it. He's going to watch the replay. I hope he watches the replay and sees that. Beds08, welcome along to the stream. Is this out? Not yet. This is still with Giants for testing, so unfortunately we can't give you any time on when that might come out. It's just in their queue. It may pass testing first time up, it may not, and if it doesn't, it'll have to go back and join the back of the queue again. It's just the way it is at the moment with such a big testing list. So it's very fortunate that Hocks gave us access to this to be able to share it with you early, so that you see the map, familiarise yourself with it, just generate a little bit of buzz and excitement with it. And I thought doing a Wednesday night stream with which suits more of my Aussie and Kiwi viewers, just made sense to be doing it on an Aussie map. Many innovations in world car racing started at Bathurst, like in car camera. They've been pretty, you know, they punch above their weight, like Aussie, New Zealand, when it comes to innovation, things like that. Pretty impressive. I remember seeing the old in-car cameras, and they were literally like they looked like a camcorder, handheld camcorder, on a stick that had a servo under it and it could turn. They were that big. Face for radio and a voice for mine was what I used to say. You sound like a kookaburra with a sore throat. Sound... Oh, the content go away. Don't need any of that here. Raymond, your comment got blocked because you said naked, but just think everyone watching is naked. I mean, you're watching it at home for all I know you are. It's different to being in front of a audience trying to speak and just imagine them all in their underwear, and then you'll become more calm. For all I know, you are sitting there naked watching it. I think it was around 5. What was 5 million subs? Sorry, I've missed your comment above that. There was one. No, Neighbours Gaming. Hello, Argsy. Hi, all. Greetings from Argentina. Welcome along. Nice to see you. It must be very early in the morning for you in Argentina, too. Swiss Mizzy, I hate my voice. Other people say they love it. Yeah. They kept innovating, and that is what made Bathurst more than just a race, and the innovation that followed those first in car and then bumper and the buried cam. Yeah, very good. We had a Kiwi map out on 19 called Old Kiwi Farms based in Hawke's Bay. Yep, that was run by Kaz, wasn't it? You mean hating all this? Yeah. Pick that up. First one was an outside broadcast camera that was mounted. So, do you know what I did? Back in... When would this have been? So 2002. I was 22. Drifting was just becoming a thing in New Zealand. It was a real... it was still pretty underground, but they were just setting up like a, you know, semi-professional, serious drift competition in New Zealand. So me and a mate, we were living in Wellington at the time. We came up to we got this little camera. So we had a like a Digi-8 camcorder, which had an input into it, and we went to like an electronics shop and bought this little, like it was literally matchbox size, this little spy camera which had a lead on it. So we ran that off like a 9-volt battery, and we ran the output from the spy cam into the Digi-8 cam, and recorded onto it using this auxiliary input. That would be a scary kangaroo spawning like that. And what that meant, we came up to Manfield, and we just started going around talking to the drivers and saying, can we mount this camera in your car? We actually came up with this little metal tripod, like a 3-pronged thing, which had a hook on it. We figured out a way with, I think we had a suction cup on the top, and 2 hooks that we hooked under the door frame. And we put these cameras on the outside of the door, just behind the front wheel, facing forwards, and I think we could change the camera to face back, and we recorded some footage, and we sent the, you know, we just made this little video up and sent it to the guys, and they loved it. And we me and my mate, we ended up getting paid by XSTV at the time, who were doing the doing the drift coverage and putting together a show once it got a bit more serious, and they'd fly us around the country to go and film, and we ended up getting better equipment from them. We ended up, you know, we were sticking Digi-8 cameras on the outside of cars with big suction cups and all sorts. It was a blast, actually. Oh, sorry, the property at Bathurst was 5 million. Gotcha. They had to have a helicopter close by to pick up the signal coming from the cars. That was cool too. I did a helicopter lap or a couple of laps at Bathurst in one of the tourist helicopters there. That was pretty cool. No point doing it. If you're ever there, don't ever do it when it's an important part of the V8s, because you can't actually see much. Just do it when any other cars, like Porsches or anything out there's racing, really. You thought we had to be naked to watch. You can be whatever you want to be to watch Disturbed. Right. It's 11:15. We've spent a good 2 hours here getting things set up. It's been a lot of fun. I've really thoroughly enjoyed that. It's been great to have you all here. Great chatting. I'm going to spend a little bit more time thinking about what more equipment we're going to need. We're going to need a windrower. We're going to need a baler. We're going to need a front loader. Maybe we'll put something on the T6. We'll get some bales made up, some hay bales. Got this field here, we'll mow. We'll think a little bit more whether we get some more land, otherwise we're going to run out just that one arable field. We've certainly got a too big a combine if that's the case. So we'll have a look at buying some more of that, some more of those bits and pieces, and go from there. See where we end up. In fact, I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to use the field lease. We're going to lease. What's the name of the fields over there? We're going to lease a field. I don't know which one. We'll decide. If you want to leave any suggestions, come back and comment on the video afterwards. Or if you're not on Discord, make sure you join Discord, !Discord. We can chat more there. But I reckon we'll lease a field. Don't know what. 2 and 7. I don't know how much they cost to lease, being the biggest set of fields. 2 and 7. $13,000 a day. So we probably don't want to go with that. It's going to add up pretty quick. But we'll see. You know, maybe 17, 18. Are they the ones over the road? No, it's 27 and 28. 17 and 18 are those two. What's 27 and 28 likely? $6,000 a day. Yeah, maybe we do that. Could be cool to try that mod out. But yeah, jump in Discord if you've got any suggestions for the series, any mods that you'd like to see, or anything you'd like to see me do on this map. Please let me know. All you need now is a drone for footage. Yeah, they've got drones now. The level of equipment and that's just gone next level. Been nuts. Would I play iRacing? I haven't actually played iRacing, DJ, but I'd certainly like to. Red Turbo, you've been lurking around. Thanks for the wake up stream. Off to work now later. Oh, have a good day at work. Nice to have you here. Hadn't seen you before if you'd commented or anything, so I hope you're doing well, buddy. The best part of Bathurst was the Marlborough girls walking around the campsites. Can't get away with that anymore. PC. No, I didn't, Jason. I couldn't figure out how to do it. I'll have a look a little bit more about how to set those up, and we'll do one next week, I think. See where everyone's from. How many Aussies, how many Kiwis, and how many from perhaps EU or US as well. We'll go from there. So, anyhow, thanks everyone for joining. It's been a blast, honestly. I've been blown away by the support, blown away by how many of you have been here and hung out. The number of likes, 75 likes on the stream, that's just not quite a record for me, but getting pretty darn close. So appreciate you all. If you haven't liked it, make sure you do. But anyhow, thank you as always. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for joining me. Hope you've enjoyed the stream, and I'll catch you in the next one.